My girlfriend texted, "I think we should open our relationship." He stared at the text on my screen, the words blurring as I read them a second time. "I think we should open our relationship, but only on my side." My fingers hovered over the keyboard. "Sounds fair," I typed back. Then I closed my wallet, my apartment, and my time for her. 5 days passed before she realized what open really meant when every door she'd taken for granted had quietly shut. 3 years. That's how long Qley and I had been together. 28 and 26. Living under the same roof for the past year in my apartment. I thought we were building something solid, something real. Then last Monday arrived, and she dropped a bomb through a text message while I sat at my desk, fluorescent lights humming overhead. "Babe, I've been thinking. I want to explore my sexuality and experience more before we settle down. I think we should open our relationship." My chest tightened. "Let's talk about this when I get home," I replied, fingers trembling slightly. Her response came fast. "No, I've already decided, but just on my side. You're perfect the way you are. You don't need anyone else." I sat there, phone in hand, staring at those words for what felt like an eternity. My coworker Anton leaned over, concern creasing his forehead. "You good?" I wordlessly showed him the screen. He let out a low whistle, the kind that says everything without saying anything at all. "That's bold." When I pushed open the apartment door that evening, Qley stood in the center of the living room like she was waiting for applause. She wore a dress I'd never seen before, something new and deliberate. She spun on her heel, fabric swirling around her thighs. "So," she said, her voice light, expectant. "What do you think?" I set my keys down slowly. "About the dress or the one-sided open relationship?" She laughed, actually laughed. "Both. I have a date tonight with this guy from my yoga class." "Isn't this exciting?" My throat felt tight. "A date already?" She waved her hand dismissively. "Well, we've been talking for a few weeks." The words landed like stones. "Weeks," I repeated. "Just as friends," she said quickly, "but now we can explore more. You're okay with this, right? I mean, you're so secure and mature." The manipulation was so transparent, it almost impressed me. I took a breath, steadying myself. "You know what? Sounds fair." Her entire face lit up like I'd just given her the world. "Really? Oh my God, you're the best. I knew you'd understand." I forced a smile. "Totally. Have fun tonight." She kissed my cheek light. Careless hand practically floated out the door. The moment it clicked shut behind her, I moved. "First call, Mr. Hoffman, my landlord." I explained the situation in calm, measured tones. "She's not on the lease, right?" he asked. "Nope." "Then she's your guest. You want her gone?" "Not yet," I said, "but I need you to know what's happening." Next, I pulled up our finances, scrolling through months of autopay and split bills. Something caught my eye. She hadn't paid her half of utilities in 2 months, groceries in 3. Her car insurance was on my policy, her phone on my plan, Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Spotify all mine, all paying for her life while I'd been on autopilot, not noticing. I didn't cancel anything yet. A.M. She came home humming a tune I didn't recognize. I lay in the dark, eyes closed, breathing steady. Tuesday morning, she glowed. She couldn't stop talking about Trevor, the yoga guy, how spiritually connected they were. "He's so spiritual, you know," she said, eyes distant. "He understands my need for growth." I poured my coffee, keeping my voice even. "That's great." She studied me, searching for cracks. "You're not jealous." "Why would I be?" "This was your decision." "I respect it." Confusion flickered across her face, but she smiled anyway, satisfied. Wednesday, she asked for money. "Babe, can you Venmo me $200? I want to get my nails done for my date tonight." I took a sip of coffee. "Oh, I figured since you're exploring independence and new experiences, you'd want to handle your own dating expenses." Her brow furrowed. "But you always pay for my nails." "Right," I said, "when we were exclusive. But now you're dating other people. Doesn't seem fair for me to fund that." Her face twisted. "You're being petty." "How?" I kept my tone neutral. You made a unilateral decision about our relationship. I'm just adjusting accordingly." She stomped off, heels sharp against the hardwood. Later, she paid for her own nails. Thursday was when the ground really shifted beneath her feet. "Why is my Netflix not working?" She called from the living room, irritation sharp in her voice. "Oh, I changed the password," I said from the kitchen. "What? Why?" "Well, I'm reconsidering who has access to my accounts." She appeared in the doorway, arms crossed. "Your accounts. We share everything." "No," I corrected gently. "You use my accounts. There's a difference." She stormed toward me. "What's your problem?" "No problem. You wanted to open things up." "I'm opening things up." "That's not what I meant," she snapped. "What did you mean?" Her jaw tightened. "I meant I could see other people, but everything else stays the same." I let the words hang there. "So, you want to date others while I pay for your life?" "You're twisting my words." "I'm literally repeating them back to you." She grabbed her purse, movements sharp and angry. "I'm going to Trevor's. At least he appreciates me." "Cool. Have fun." Friday, I took a personal day. Box by box, I packed her things with care-folded clothes, wrapped frames, organized toiletries. I changed the locks, the new keys cool and unfamiliar in my palm. She had a key, but she'd never been on the lease. Everything I did was legal, measured, final. I placed her boxes in the building storage room with a simple note. "Your things. You have 30 days to collect them." Then I blocked her everywhere: phone, social media, email, and drove to Jerome's lake house. I turned off my phone and watched the sunset over Stillwater. Monday morning, I powered the phone back on. 73 missed calls, 126 texts, 32 emails. None from Qley. She was blocked, but from everyone orbiting her world. Friends, her mother, even Trevor. His message made me smile despite everything. "Bro, your girl is crazy. She's been at my place since Friday freaking out. Can you come get her?" I typed back without hesitation. "Not my girl anymore. Your problem now." Spiritual guy. Mariah, Qley's best friend, had left 15 voicemails, each one more frantic than the last. I listened while I made breakfast, her voice escalating through the speaker. "You can't just ghost her. She's having a panic attack. This is abusive. She didn't mean it." Trevor kicked her out. "Answer your damn phone." I sent her one text. She wanted an open relationship. I opened it so wide she fell out. "Not my problem." Then Qley's mom showed up. Building security called. Voice apologetic. "There's a woman here claiming to be your mother-in-law." "I'm not married," I said. "Don't let her up." I could hear Eleanor screeching in the background. Something about that bastard who abandoned my baby. That afternoon, an unknown number appeared on my screen. "Qley, using her mom's phone. We need to talk. This is insane. You can't just throw me out." I responded carefully. "I didn't throw you out. You left to go to Trevor's Thursday night. I assumed you moved in with him since you're exploring new connections." Her reply was instant. "You changed the locks. Safety reasons. Lots of strangers coming and going lately." "That's not funny. Neither is being told your girlfriend wants to sleep around while you foot the bill." "I never said that." I sent her a screenshot of her original text about the one-sided open relationship. She tried one more time. "That's out of context." "The context is literally right there." She tried calling. I let it ring. Tuesday evening, the entertainment truly began. Qley had been couch surfing, her life a series of temporary shelters. Trevor lasted 2 days before he'd had enough. She went to Mariah's next, but Mariah's boyfriend wasn't comfortable with it. Then to her mom's studio apartment, where there wasn't room for 2 lives. I watched it all unfold on Instagram through a burner account. Cryptic quotes about toxic men, narcissistic abuse, posts about when he can't handle a strong, independent woman. My ex-girlfriend Amy, who I'd stayed friends with over the years, sent me screenshots of Qley messaging her. "What's his deal? Why is he like this?" Amy had asked the obvious question. "Like what? Cruel? Vindictive? Controlling? That doesn't sound like him at all." "What happened?" "I just asked for some space to explore myself, and he evicted me." Amy's response was perfect. "You asked for space and he gave you all of it." "Sounds fair." Qley's reply came fast and desperate. You're just still in love with him. Elma. No, I'm married with twins, but nice try. Amy sent me laughing emojis afterward. Dodged a bullet there. Buddy. By Wednesday, Qley had tried to retain a lawyer. Tried being the operative word. Lawyers require money. And Qley had exactly $74 in her account. I know because she accidentally sent me a screenshot meant for Mariah. Her bank balance visible while she complained about financial abuse. Thursday morning, Eleanor called from yet another number. You need to take her back. No, she made a mistake. She made a choice. She's staying in my studio. I can't live like this. I felt no satisfaction, only finality. Maybe you should have raised her to understand consequences. How dare you? I hung up. Thursday afternoon, my building manager called. Hey, just a heads up. Someone tried to break into your apartment. My pulse quickened. What? Don't worry. They didn't get in. New locks held. We have it on camera. Want to press charges. I watched the footage later. Qley fumbling with her old key, then trying to jimmy the lock with a credit card like she'd seen in some movie. Security approached and she ran. I filed a police report for documentation, but decided not to press charges. That evening, Trevor reached out again, his tone different now. Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know she had a boyfriend. You didn't know. You met her at yoga. She talked about me. She said you were her ex. Said you were controlling and she finally got free. I sent him the timeline. Her text about opening the relationship dated Monday, her first date with him, that same night. Holy shit. She played me. Yep. She told me you were abusive. Said you controlled all the money and wouldn't let her see friends. I paid for everything because she spent her money on yoga classes and weed. Never stopped her from seeing anyone. Damn. She's at some dude named Kyle's place now. Met him on Tinder Tuesday. It had been 4 days since she'd left my place. Bro, she's been active matched with like 50 dudes, talking about needing a place to stay. Friday morning, a process server handed me papers. She was suing me for illegal eviction and emotional distress. I laughed so hard the server looked genuinely concerned. I called my lawyer friend Dimitri immediately. She wants $10,000 for emotional distress and 3 months of living expenses. He read, barely containing his amusement. This is adorable. She wasn't a tenant, right? Nope. Guest. Ugh, not on the lease. Never paid rent. Did she receive mail there? Some. But I have texts of her saying she was staying with me temporarily until she figured things out. From when? 2 months ago, when she was apartment hunting, but decided my place was nicer. Perfect. This will be dismissed immediately. Counter-sue, I said. For what? Attempted break-in, defamation, the social media posts, and my personal favorite, fraud. Fraud. She's been telling people we were already broken up when we weren't. That's fraud to obtain goods and services, specifically housing from Trevor and others. Do it. The weekend passed in eerie silence, the calm before a storm. Then Monday hit like a hurricane, making landfall. Eleanor partnered with Qley to create a women-supporting women post on Facebook, claiming I was an abuser who financially controlled and isolated Qley, then made her homeless when she tried to assert independence. The post went semi-viral in our area, 900 shares within hours. Problem was, I had receipts. I created my own post, hands steady as I typed. Since my ex wants to make this public, here's the actual timeline with screenshots. I laid it all out. Monday, she texts wanting to open our relationship, but only for her. Monday night, she goes on a pre-arranged date with Trevor. Tuesday through Thursday, she continues living in my apartment, asking me for money for dates. Thursday night, she leaves for Trevor's voluntarily. Friday, I pack her things safely after she doesn't come home. I attach every screenshot, the original open relationship, but only for me text. Her Venmo requests for date money, her text about staying temporarily, everything. My post got 2,000 shares in 6 hours. Then something unexpected happened. 3 of her exes reached out. Marcus, she did the same to me in college, convinced me to pay for her semester, then dumped me. Ricardo, she lived with me rent-free for a year, cheated, then claimed abuse when I kicked her out. We formed a group chat. We called it the Qley Survivors Society. Kyle, the Tinder guy, messaged me Monday night. Yo, is this your ex? He'd attached her profile. Unfortunately, she's at my place right now talking about moving in. It's been 3 days. Run, dude. Already packing her stuff. Thanks for the warning. Tuesday morning, Qley was officially homeless. Eleanor couldn't handle her anymore. Mariah blocked her after Qley tried to seduce Mariah's boyfriend to prove he wasn't loyal. Trevor had already blocked her days ago. Kyle kicked her out. She'd burned through 5 couches in under 2 weeks, each bridge collapsing behind her. The court hearing was yesterday. I sat in the gallery, waiting, as Qley arrived, wearing a dress far too formal for small claims court, like she was attending an awards ceremony instead of facing a judge. The judge reviewed her complaint in silence, then examined my counter evidence, the lease with only my name, bank statements showing I'd paid everything, her text admitting she was staying temporarily, the original open relationship text, security footage of her trying to break in, screenshots of her defamatory posts. Miss Qley, the judge began, already looking weary. You were not a tenant. You were a guest. You left voluntarily to stay with another man. Your ex-partner had every right to change his locks. Qley's voice cracked. But, Your Honor, I had nowhere to go. According to these texts, you went to Trevor's house, then Kyle's, then several others. You had plenty of places to go. He financially abused me. The judge's eyebrow arched. By not paying for your dates with other men. The courtroom erupted in laughter. Qley's face turned crimson. This is sexist, she said desperately. The judge, a woman, leaned forward. How? He's using his financial privilege against me. His financial privilege of paying his own rent. More laughter rippled through the room. The judge dismissed her case with prejudice, meaning she couldn't refile, and granted my countersuit. Qley owed me $500 for the attempted break-in, $1,000 for defamation, and $2,500 for the 6 months of utilities and insurance she'd never paid. $4,000 total. She screamed. Actually screamed in the middle of the courtroom. I don't have $4,000. Then I suggest you find employment, the judge said dryly. Eleanor shot to her feet. This is unfair. He manipulated the system. The judge looked at her with infinite patience. Ma'am, your daughter wanted to have her cake and eat it too? She learned that actions have consequences. Case dismissed. Outside the courthouse, Qley tried one last manipulation. Tears, fake ones, rolled down her cheeks. I loved you, she whispered. How could you do this to me? I felt nothing but tired clarity. You did this to yourself. You wanted to open the relationship. I just opened it all the way. I didn't mean it like that. Then you should have communicated like an adult instead of announcing you were going to date others while I subsidized your life. Trevor walked by at that exact moment, there for a traffic ticket. He saw us and immediately turned around. Qley ran after him. Trevor, baby, we could try again. He literally jogged away. Jogged. Eleanor grabbed my arm, her grip desperate. You ruined her life. I pulled free gently. No, she ruined her own life. I just stopped financing it. As of today, Qley is living with a cousin out of state, working at a call center according to LinkedIn. Eleanor had to pay the $4,000 judgment to keep Qley's credit from being destroyed. Trevor is in therapy. He texted me to let me know. Kyle started a TikTok series called Red Flags Ignored. Qley is episode 1. The Qley Survivors Society has monthly Zoom calls now. It's actually therapeutic. This strange brotherhood of men who learned the same lesson. I'm dating someone new. Rebecca, from my rock climbing group. She has her own apartment, her own job, and doesn't believe in one-sided anything. Last week, one final text from an unknown number. I knew it was her before I even read it. I'm sorry I messed up. I just wanted to feel desired and special. Can we talk? I stared at the words for a long moment before responding. You wanted an open relationship where only you could see other people. That's not exploring or feeling special. That's narcissism. Please don't contact me again. One last attempt. You're really going to throw away 3 years. My fingers were steady as I typed. You threw them away the moment you decided I should fund your dating life. Goodbye. Blocked again. But according to the Survivors Society, she's already trying the same script with some new guy posts about her toxic ex and how she needs a real man who understands polyamory. He has no idea what's coming. But that's not my problem anymore. I'm just living my life now, paying my own bills, dating someone who understands that relationships are a two-way street. Funny how opening the relationship all the way ended up closing it permanently. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. Edit. For those asking, yes, this is all legal. She was never a tenant, just a guest. The judge confirmed this. Edit 2. Kyle's TikTok is blowing up. Qley tried to copyright strike it, but she has no grounds. Edit 3. Rebecca read this and laughed so hard she cried. She says Qley reminds her of her college roommate who wanted an open fridge policy, but only for her food.